Cameras rolling. Here. Stun of Sades. Bottle. Alright, you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay. What's good, y'all? It's Codeezie here with
Michael.
Big Michael, and it's episode
11
of the Twin Towers pod. We had a crazy celebration last week. I'm taking it easy this week. I think you're taking it easy this week as well.
Absolutely.
Because things went a little off the rails. We definitely partied hard and celebrated, so we appreciate everyone who stepped up to the plate and celebrated with us and who did the usual things that we ask you to do, like liking the video, subscribing to the channel, leaving a comment. Really quickly, K-Wan mentioned that he did receive his patch. I just got a message right before we went live that our friend Eva, a.k.a. Outer Space Tarot, however you want to say it, tore open her envelope and got her patch as well.
Yeah,
and said that she will not know how much it means to her.
Did she tell you what she's going to use it for?
She did not. I didn't get a chance to respond.
K-Wan said he's thrown it on his gym bag for 9 months.
Nice, dude. Fuck yeah, that's awesome. So the patches are gone. We got 2 on our hats, 2 in the hands of the planes. And now it's time to move forward towards the next merch idea, which I think should be t-shirts.
T-shirts.
Personally.
Yeah, and suggestions on what a slogan should be.
Yeah, besides my name's Sheena, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Besides that, because that's the front runner right now. So, I mean, we might as well get into it. It's always weird because it seems like the podcast ends and then a bunch of shit happens that could have gone into the podcast story, and then we have to wait a week to tell it. So this almost feels like old news now. But basically, when we wrapped up the episode last week, we were fucked up.
Well,
I know I was fucked up.
You were the one drinking the champagne.
You had a little bit.
I had a little bit. I did.
Well, everything started off with a bang by you puking,
right?
And me recording it.
Was disgusting.
It was very gross, and I recorded you puking and posted you puking. Actually, didn't just record it.
You are getting away with murder doing that.
I'm doing a lot of crazy postings, which we'll speak more on in a minute. But then we wanted to keep the party going, so we went to Ponies, which is in the former Mr. Ed's, which is in Middleport,
yeah,
to get some fingers and wings and whatnot, and continue the drinking. Deep Eddies, Labatt Blues. We ate.
Yeah, just Labatt for me.
Ponies is all renovated now too. It looks ridiculous.
It looks like Lock 34.
It really does look like Lock. Like, it's so generic now. Like, I walked in and I was all fucked up and I was like, this isn't Ponies. Where the fuck are we right now?
Else. Yeah, but then when you look outside at the scenery, you're like, oh.
All right, it's like, oh yeah, this is Mr. Ed. So I don't know why they did that, because part of the atmosphere of Ponies was like that dingy, grungy vibe. It's very weird in there now. It's very modern but generic.
Sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, it's odd. It's an odd conglomeration of opposing energies.
Juxtaposition.
Yes, very good. That's what I was actually looking for, between the food and what the place looks like. So then we left, and probably should have wrapped things up at that point. And I think that was the original plan, was to head home.
It was until you lost something.
That didn't happen yet.
Oh.
As I recall. It may have, as I recall, that probably happened on the way to where we went next. But I didn't know that until after we left.
On going to the next
exactly.
place.
You didn't want to do it, but I forced your hand by asking you 100 times and peer pressuring you to go to penalty box, which is where it all went south. So should have listened to Mike, shouldn't have went to penalty box, because if we didn't go there, everything would have been fine. But we didn't do that. We went into penalty box, and for some fucking strange reason, I decided that...
Why did you want to do these?
I don't know. I haven't done these in years.
For no reason at all.
For no reason.
It's always supposed to be for a special occasion, like St. Patrick's Day.
Popped into my head out of nowhere. Irish card bombs. In the thick of the August heat, we're going to do curdled dairy liquor shots inside of Guinness, which is basically a milkshake.
Oh.
And We did one together, and then I wanted to do another one. And Mike smartly was like, no, dude, I don't want to do another one of those. I'm good on that. And I was like, all right, fuck it. Give me one then. Second, we recorded this, by the way, and they're very embarrassing because I was absolutely hammered. I was doing the you can do this shit fucked up face, but I wasn't doing the face. I just had the face because that's how fucked up I was.
Yeah, I saw that video the day after. I could not believe you put that up.
It's horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. But that's not the worst part. It gets worse. As I'm drinking this, and you can see this in the video, and Dewey actually pointed this out, you can see this drink curdling as it's going down my gullet. And
oh, God, dude, you're going to make me sick.
So disgusting in retrospect. But then we leave there, and you'd think, okay, it's over. Night's over, right? There's one problem. I couldn't find my keys. And I only had one set of keys. Now I have 3 sets of keys. That day, I only had 1 set. So I'm freaking out, but I'm way too hammered to, like, handle this problem. So I call penalty box. They say, no, they're not there. We'll look and call you back. So we just assume they must be at Ponies. Where else could they be, right?
Right.
So we drive all the way back to Middleport. On the way there, I found them in the crevice of Mike's seat, which was a very glorious, triumphant moment, finding those keys, because I was freaking the fuck out. But then we got back to Ponies anyway, because we figured we're already almost here. Stop in again, more drinks, more jukebox. I ordered more wings that I didn't pay for, that I guess you picked up the tab for, luckily, because I thought I stole them. They were disgusting, by the way.
I bought them for you.
They were absolutely disgusting. But get fingers from Ponies if you go there. But then we're on the way home, finally. So this is all day, 10th anniversary party, Ponies, penalty box Ponies. And all of a sudden, my stomach's feeling a little grumbly, and Mike's flying down fucking 31 or whatever, going 65. And I just had that feeling that's becoming very, very familiar to me, where I just knew I was going to throw up. And basically, we had a calamity going outside Mike's window at 65 miles an hour. I'm talking about spray vomit all over the side of the car. It was in my hair. My hat blew off in the wind, which I didn't realize that night. I found out later. Jersey was covered in disgusting car bomb, chicken finger puke.
Oh, that is just...
It was horrific. Puking out of a moving car when you're that hammered was not good. And I'll tell you for a fact, it was 100% the car bombs that did it. No question whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because nothing else I drank that night would have ever made me puke. And it upset my stomach for days to come. I even mentioned to you that, like, I puked out my whole swagger onto the side of your car because I didn't feel right after that for days. I mean, that was one of those nights where I really had to take a look in the mirror the next morning and reevaluate my behavior on a certain level. It's like, because you don't want to be puking. If you're puking, that's like college drunk level.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
At 30, almost very soon, 33 years old, to be throwing up out of a moving car, might be time to pump the brakes a little bit, which I wish you would have done so that I could get out of the car and puke instead of having to puke out into the wind. But karma's a bitch, and I thought it was all fun and games when I was recording him puking. But at the end of the night, who got the last laugh?
Yeah. Well, I have a very sensitive stomach, so I could eat like anything, and if I swallow something wrong, I'll be like, oh.
Yeah.
I have to. I throw up more than I'd like to admit.
That's a bummer, because throwing up really sucks.
It does suck, but you feel better when you do it.
You do, and I did that night, and then I did again when I did it even more recently,
but we'll save that for another day.
God forbid. So yeah, taking a little chill pill because I think my body's rejecting the contents of what I'm putting into it and trying to send me a message. So I'm going to listen to my body and stay away from car bombs for a long time to come.
Yeah, I don't ever plan on doing another one.
Especially during summer.
I can't do it anymore. I just can't
It's so gross. It's such a gross drink.
Do you remember, you ever been on like a party bus where you go to Buffalo or something?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's St. Patty's Day, you're doing car bombs.
Right.
And you're fine.
Yeah, I mean,
now
age,
I do too, and I'd throw up.
Age takes its toll.
Age has taken its toll.
You know what I mean? It really does. You can kind of get away with murder at a young age and do whatever, and even if you puke, it's like not a big deal. You're like ready to rock. Yeah, you can just do it all.
Dude, I'd roll up the next day, no alcohol, no drugs, no nothing, and I'd show up to work at 9 a.m. the next day.
After an all-nighter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that a bunch too.
Be absolutely fine, and then stay up till the next night.
You can just do it.
Now, if I go into work with less than 7 hours of sleep,
It's going to be a rough night at the office.
Rough, yes, absolutely.
And speaking of age and the, sand ticking down in the hourglass.
Oh, don't put it that way. I don't think I'm dying.
Well, I was actually talking about me.
Oh.
But
Could you imagine if you had your own "this is when you die"?
Well, there would be a
sand?
48-hour amount of sand in it because 2 days from now, I am entering my mid-30s because I will be turning 33 years old on Michael Jackson's birthday, August 29th. When you watch this podcast, could be the day before.
We'll
but
do a birthday celebration on the next week's show.
Right, because I was not down to pop champagne bottles again.
Yeah.
And
I was going to bring a present for you today, but I didn't want to do that on this day.
Too early.
Too early, yeah.
Too early to celebrate that, but I just wanted the planes to know that you can send your well wishes in the comments and wish me a happy 33rd birthday. It would be appreciated if you do. And if you don't, that's fine too. Not a problem at all. I'm looking forward to my birthday this year. It's going to be a nice low-key deal, I think. I used to put a lot of pressure on myself for my birthday to like try and do something cool or like make a big deal out of it, and I'm just really not feeling that way this year.
I don't like getting presents. Do you like getting presents?
I like getting them, but it is weird receiving gifts always because there's like pressure on you to react well.
You have to turn into an actor immediately.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, unless it's a really cool gift.
Even if you love it, though.
Yeah.
I can't explain to you how much I love this.
Well, that's what Outer Space Tarot said about the patch, so hopefully she wasn't acting. But
oh, well, I believe her.
Time will tell. I believe her, too. She doesn't seem like a liar. But yeah, just want to keep it low key this year. I haven't even really been paying attention to the date. Like usually it's like on my mind. Like I'd be feeling the pressure right now of like I got to make something happen on Thursday, but I just really don't care. 33 is a weird number. Larry Bird, I think.
Yeah, Larry Bird. It's a great number, 33.
I mentioned
Larry
last
Bird.
week the other.
LFO.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, girl on TV. I mentioned last week the significance of that with Jesus Christ and Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels, so I don't need to get into that. But it's going to be cool. I'm going to Connecticut over the weekend to visit Dave, so we are going to be adjusting our schedule slightly. We'll be doing a Wednesday taping again. Shouldn't affect anything. Probably won't even notice, but just a heads up to the diehard planes that's what's going down.
Cool.
Anything else on last Tuesday's 10th anniversary celebration?
Nothing that I remember.
Me neither. I don't either.
I think
I did come by the next day to clean his car.
Yes, you did, which you didn't have to.
And I did thoroughly. I did have to, though,
I
let's be
let
honest.
it sit in there for months.
That would have been so disgusting.
That's
it was
what I'm famous for with my car.
It was very gross. It stunk bad. Because the heat, once the heat hit that shit, it was just...
I didn't even realize till the next day, and I still didn't even care that much. I just saw little splatters everywhere.
One of my only vivid memories of the night is getting out of the passenger seat outside of here and looking at the car, and it just looked like it had been hit with like a paintball gun. Several shots from a paintball gun.
Well, this is funny because this is you've been screwed over by this before. On our way back from Myrtle Beach about 15 years ago.
Oh yeah,
Cody's sitting in my back seat.
That was actually way worse. Yeah,
sleeping in my back seat
after a long trip.
Yeah, and the kid in the passenger seat. I think I was driving at that point.
You were.
His name was Big Paint. Called him. Speaking of paintball,
famous for dipping.
Yes, so he was dipping and he was spitting. He was spitting the dip out the window.
Why would you think you could do that?
And it was just going in the back seat window while Cody was sleeping and covering him.
Landing on my face and my brand new airbrushed It's 420 Somewhere t-shirt.
And then like an hour goes by and finally you wake up and you're like, Joe,
what the fuck? So gross.
What happened?
There's nothing worse than dips. Why would you think that you could do that and not understand the physics of the wind? That it's going to blow right out into my face.
He was, oh, my bad.
Yeah, he didn't care at all.
Dude, you got plastered.
He also speared me on the beach on that trip. I told him to, but he rocked me very hard.
He took it a little seriously.
Yes, and he was like kind of big. That's why we called him Big Paint. He was kind of big, and yeah, he didn't like take it easy. He like really speared me, and I really sold it because it really hurt.
Well, he was pulling a Goldberg.
Yeah, for sure. It was very Goldberg Christian-esque.
I can't believe he covered you in dipstick.
Disgusting.
I can't believe you didn't punch him or fight him.
By that point of the trip, I was so exhausted that I didn't even have... I just wanted to get home so bad. Because the drive there is exciting because you're anticipating the trip.
Yeah,
the drive home is like, oh, when are we going to get there? And everyone's all hot and everyone's beat and... Some of us are covered in dip spit, and it's just like, fuck this.
I had not a care in the world back in those days.
Legendary trip. That was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
That was also
medieval times.
On that same trip was the time when we used to play a lot of Smackdown versus Raw, and I would always be Edge, and generally speaking, would rock everybody for the most part. We'd always do elimination chamber matches, which is a 6-person match, so everyone would play at the same time. And it got down to the end with me and Justin. He was Shawn Michaels. And there was this ability in the game that only certain people had, like Shawn Michaels. It was like a last-ditch effort ability where sometimes if you went for a pin, it would go to this cutscene, and then the other guy would like roll up the other guy and pin him. So I was fucking with Justin because I already had him beat, and I was just like talking shit. I kept spearing him more, kept giving him more finishers, kept giving him more chances to beat me, but he couldn't do it. Toying with him. And then I go to finally finish him off, and I see the cutscene of Shawn Michaels like looking up, rolls me up, and I didn't kick out, and the whole place went ape shit because they wanted me to lose so fucking bad.
Oh yeah.
It was nuts. It was really fun time, really fun trip. That was in 2009, I think.
15 years ago.
Think about how long ago that really was.
We work with a kid that's 15.
Yeah, and
that's
one who's
funny.
17. Which is probably around. Well, no, I was probably 17 at that time. You guys were probably 19.
Let's get into some pop culture. What do you got?
Well, I was going to ask you about your daughter's party. That's not really pop culture, but
yeah, well,
because I couldn't make it and I felt bad about that.
I was only there really for an hour because then I have to get ready for work and then I have to go, and I didn't even get the peak of it, so it was fine from when it's weird with those types of parties because it's for a 3-year-old. You have 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds, 15-year-olds, and then you have 3 to 7-year-olds.
What kind of kids come?
What kind?
Like other people's kids,
ethnicities?
or like does she have like friends at this point?
Yeah. She has one. Ashley's best friend.
That's cool.
Brings her. They're around the same age, but everybody's bored,
right?
Except the little kids. So I had to go up to, like, how you doing? To the older folks.
Well, right, because you're the host.
Well, yeah, and then I'd look over and my nephew would be sitting there bored as hell, and I go up and, hey, what's up? Chasing any tail? Really feeling like an old guy at that point.
Yeah, well,
but I'm trying to make it interesting. And no reaction at all.
That's brutal.
So I usually, at those types of parties, I go inside and hide for the most part.
That's cool.
Or I'll pace in my living room. I'll just walk in a circle until...
Try to burn some time, burn some clock.
And then, I'm really burning the clock like a football coach. But I was like, sorry, guys, can't hang, gotta go. I wanted to go. Not because I don't want to be there, but because I'm too awkward to be in those situations sometimes.
It happens. You kind of had a get-out-of-jail-free card because you did have to come into work. And I was going to come to the party, but I had to work that morning, and I was planning on trying to skate out early, but there was a problem that morning because my daughter, Claribell, took after me and pulled a little prank on me. So I wake up Saturday morning, and there's this really loud spraying right outside my window that basically woke me up at like 9 a.m. And I come outside and go outside the door, and basically there's a guy out there like power washing pretty much. And I'm thinking like, all right, this is weird. Nobody told me this was going to happen, but whatever, not a big deal. My theory is that it freaked the fuck out of Claribell and made her hide in an unusual spot. Basically, I wake up, I got to be to work at 10, I shake the treat bag, which means she runs out from under the bed. She didn't run out from under the bed. So then I look under the bed, and there's nobody under the bed. So I'm thinking, okay, this is weird, right? This place is pretty small for the most part. There's not a lot of good hiding spots in here. So I checked every square inch of this place for like an hour. And then at that point, it was getting close to 10. So I call you, and I'm like, dude, this is an emergency. I can't find my cat. I could tell by his voice he just woke up. Probably didn't even understand what I told him, really, because you just had rolled out of bed.
I was completely out of it.
Right. So then I'm thinking, like, all right, what can I do? So I asked him to give me the number of the other girl I'm working with so I could let her know. But I wasn't about to leave here until I found her. I was freaking the fuck out. I go outside. I won't go around the whole complex. I'm thinking, like, okay, maybe this guy who's power washing, like, took a window off and she got out of a window because there was nowhere else to look in here. So I thought. And I called my dad. I was like, dude, I can't find my cat. I think she got out. There's this guy outside power washing. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm flipping lids, dude. I'm going nuts. And the pressure's on, so I'm even more anxious because I'm supposed to be at work. And I'm also beyond pissed that I can't find her and she might be outside, because that's a huge fucking problem that I don't want to deal with. So then I call my mom too. I'm like, Mom, you got to get your ass over here. Claribell's lost. She's like, what do you mean? Both my parents said the obvious. Like, did you let her out? Because if you didn't open the door to let her out, she has to be inside. And I was very adamant. There's no way she's in here because I've checked every square inch of this place. My mom rolls up. She starts looking around, asking me questions.
This is insane, by the way.
It was nuts.
No. It's insane. Nobody else would do this.
What would they do?
If you can't find your cat in the morning, you just leave. I would not be like, oh, I need to locate my cat before I go.
I guess that's
Cats
true.
are notorious hiders.
Yeah, especially when they first move. But the problem was that this was...
What made you think? Do you give her like a kiss goodbye?
No, it was just unusual behavior because every morning I get woken up by paws to the face. That means I'm hungry. Every morning I get woken up by that. Or if I don't get woken up by that and I wake up a little earlier, I wake up and shake the treat bag and she runs out from under the bed. So we have a routine. And that routine was disturbed by her not being under the bed and not waking me up. I also was naive enough to think that I actually did check every square inch of this place and there was nowhere she could be hiding, so she has to be outside. And if she's outside, she doesn't have her collar on, she's in a new neighborhood, I know there's stray cats outside, I'm not about to lose her forever. So you're probably right, and you are right because I could have just left and it wouldn't have been a big deal, but I turned it into a big deal because I was very afraid that she was gone. My mom comes over here and something... So I looked behind this couch like 7 times because there's a little ridge where there's space for her, and she's gone back there a couple times. I looked back there like 7 times. Didn't see her. Something compelled me while my mom was here to lift up the couch. Prior to doing this, I wasn't aware... I didn't think there was any hiding room under the couch. I thought it was solid down there because see those bars and shit?
That's difficult to get into.
Right. And she's kind of fat, so I didn't even consider that she could possibly be under there. But when I lifted the couch... And by the way, to her, fuck you, Claribell, because she heard me calling her name. She heard me shaking the bag. She heard me panicking, calling my mom. She heard all that, and she gets off on that she found a good spot where I can't find her. She loves that shit. She pranked me, dude.
You know what you need to do is get another cat.
Claribell hates other cats.
That's okay. Well, maybe she'll try harder to,
What I need to
please
do,
you.
and what I was going to do for her birthday, but I didn't do it, they have these GPS tags that you can put on their collar. And then on your phone, you can literally track exactly where they are.
Present. Imagine if you did that to a human. Oh, actually, you can on the iPhone.
Yeah, you seem to do that to a few humans.
Wow.
But... And you're a victim of it as well.
I need them under my control.
Right. But the thing is... I also like her to be free and in the nude in her home because she doesn't like wearing a collar. Plus, it has a bell on it, so it's kind of annoying, but it's helpful when she gets lost.
What if you gave her an earring that had it on there?
There's got to be a way to do it.
A cat earring. That'd be funny, dude.
That would be
funny.
funny.
A cat with a cat earring.
That'd be kind of sick, actually.
That would be cool. Both ears.
I don't know if she'd be down for that, but...
Ice her out.
The long and short of it is that I was an hour late for work because I thought I lost my cat. She was under the couch, and I was pissed at her. And then I had to explain to everybody that that's why I was late.
No, that's a dog ate my homework type excuse.
Right, and I called it an emergency. So then it's even more suspicious. But that's actually what happened, and I would, if it happened again, it would be the same result because I wasn't about to leave this place until I identified her location.
All right, block off this couch thing right here.
Well, now I know where to look.
Or
if this happens again, I'm pulling this up right away. But I don't know.
I'm looking for spots to hide if I'm a cat.
She pranked me. There's nowhere else to go. I checked all the other spots.
I don't know if she fit under there.
There's nowhere else to go. But that was that. It caused me a little extra stress. Then I was late to work, so I couldn't leave early. That would be kind of fucked up. Plus, it was busy. So I missed the party. Your daughter's going to get her gifts on her actual birthday, which is 2 days after mine. So happy birthday to Everly as well.
The Virgo kids.
Yes. How about this one, Mike?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I don't know how many of you are into politics, but...
Well, I know nothing, and I was into this, so I think it was...
We saw the greatest introduction at a rally of all time. Funniest. I shouldn't say greatest, because I'm sure there's been better.
I don't know if there's been better. This was pretty fucking awesome.
I mean, if you love 2007 Smackdown,
pyro,
yeah,
entrance music, wrestling style,
dude,
absolute showcase entrance.
Let's just break it down piece by piece here.
Okay.
So this is Trump's rally.
Trump's rally in Arizona.
Yep. And he's introducing a Democrat, Robert F. Kennedy,
who everybody knows.
Yeah, and he's going to introduce him. So he starts off by saying, oh, man, okay. So he goes, most of you have never heard of him.
Most of you people have never heard of him. He's a great
There's the
guy,
Trump impression.
low-key guy.
Very low-key guy.
Very low-key guy.
Okay, so he goes on.
So he says that, which is wrong, because it's going to get proved wrong in a second. And then what does he say next?
He goes, I've known him for so long.
For the longest.
The last 16
months, which I think is the most random amount of time to know that you knew somebody. Like if you were gonna say like, oh yeah, I've known you for like 15
I've known
years.
Cody,
right.
15 years, 4 months.
Exactly. Like, but to know that it's 16 months, like it's been a year and 4 months, is insane.
And to preface that was saying I've known him so long
for the longest time.
It's just over a year.
Right. The last 16 months, which is barely any time at all.
So hilarious.
Just the way he delivers it with such confidence and such oomph. Like it's like these things never even occurred in his head.
I feel like he never heard of him until
that night.
Yeah.
Right.
But he did.
He figured 16 months was plausible.
Oh my god!
It was very fucking fun.
If I was lying about something, I'd be like, "I've known him, dude. I've known him for like 18 months.
like 19 months, dude. For the longest time.
Fucking funny."
Then he says his name, and this is right after just saying that none of you people know him, and he's a very low key guy. First of all, no politician is a low key guy.
Right? Yeah, he's running for president.
Right, and then also the fact that none of you guys have ever heard of him gets proved wrong, because then he says his name and brings him out, and it's a stone cold level pop.
Yeah.
The whole crowd goes fucking bananas. But that's not even the best part. Then the music hits. Foo Fighters' My Hero, which is just an absolute ridiculous entrance song to use. That's so pompous.
There goes my hero.
And then the Goldberg pyro hits.
Oh, and it hits, and the cameras know to zoom out and show.
Yes, this was a whole production. Walls of pyro.
You guys have to watch
Sparkler. I'll link it in the comments. Walls of pyro. I watched this thing like 75 times. I'm sure you probably watched it even more than that. It is very amazing.
Crying.
And he comes out, and it's like, it literally looks like WWE. And just the whole setup by Trump was just so funny. Oh, there's even a Titantron.
Yeah.
There's Titantrons up.
Make America
Great Again, Titantrons. And then like he just walks out with this absurd pyro wall. Like it's Goldberg times 50. It's Goldberg sparklers, but it's an entire wall of them on the bottom and on the top.
It was insane. It was insane.
Politics is getting out of control. It's going into what the fuck is going on level zone.
I literally viewed it a million. And then the Foo Fighters
clapped back. Yes.
Yeah, they said we didn't endorse it.
It's like you don't have to endorse it.
Yeah, who
like
cares?
Anyone can use it. It's public music.
I would not care.
Who gives it? Well, because they feel like this pressure that like people are going to think that
they're
with
them,
Trump. Yeah, and it's like, dude, nobody. First of all, no one thinks that. Everyone knows it's just public domain music.
If you were with Trump, we would know it.
Right, exactly. You don't have to come out and like denounce, like, oh yeah, it's like, dude. First of all, anyone can play your song.
So he can't listen to music,
right? Like if a bar plays Foo Fighters, does that mean that the Foo Fighters like endorse that bar?
Yeah.
If a hockey team uses Metallica, that means Metallica's all Sabres fan. Like it's just.
And there's like somebody that's a criminal on the Dallas Stars,
right?
And they use Metallica,
right? It's like, oh, I heard they played Enter Sandman for the intro, and we want to just say we are not cool with the Dallas Stars. It's like, dude, you don't have to do that. You're a famous rock band. People use your shit.
Exactly.
That's how it goes. Like you should be happy, honestly, because that means. First of all, we streamed it this weekend. We probably wouldn't have listened to it otherwise if it wasn't for that fucking video.
Yeah.
Because we were so into that video that we had to hear. Like, I played it on Sunday, and then Mike walked in just as it was starting. It was like he was Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
at that point. Yeah.
It was so awesome.
Yeah, I was.
I'll link the video in the comments. It's kind of hard to describe and explain
I'm just getting
how
sick of
amazing it was, but you'll see for yourself.
I saw a tweet on X earlier that was really funny. And it had 44,000 likes on it. And it was just this guy trolling. He writes Taylor Swift. Rumors are Taylor Swift is going to endorse Trump. She texted her manager, "Kiss my ass. I'm doing this."
Okay, that didn't happen.
44,000 1,000 people liked it.
There's
thought it was real.
zero. That's ZPC is what I call that. 0% chance that happened. That's a completely made up story.
I can't believe people buy into that stuff.
Well, if you ever go on Facebook, which I don't think you do, and I try not to.
I hate Facebook.
I
That's
strongly
my
try
least
not
favorite.
to. Every article is just a fake, made up bullshit.
And then you see idiots commenting on it.
Right, and like reposting
you
it.
get like road rage at Facebook.
It's very annoying. But it happens on X too, and I mean, it's like there's no validity to any of this shit. Like people can just. We actually sound hack discussing this because
it's so
even talking about it is been done to death. But like, there's no checks or balances as far as what articles get put up and what gets said. And people don't even read the article anyway. They just read the headline and send it off to their friends. Like, look at this bullshit. It's like
you're right. Headline readers. That's
right.
what we call them. I have a question for you, and it's an out of this world question. That's a pun.
How's that a pun?
How much money would it take for you to go to outer space for a year? You have to go up to outer space in orbit.
Am I going up via NASA? Like, am I going up like
by yourself?
Yeah, but is it an official space?
Yes, official
program.
Spaceship.
Like they're gonna give me all the correct shit, all the right equipment, and all the food and all that.
You're by yourself for a year.
I could do that, no problem.
Seriously.
Once Claribell meets her demise, which we're all hoping never happens, obviously. But if that were to happen in some weird world, some hypothetical weird world where she did meet a demise, I would do that for $500K.
That's low as you'd go.
Probably. I might think about $250K.
Damn.
I would definitely do it for $500K. I think that would be amazing.
A year's a long time, though.
Yeah, it is. But at the same time, dude, when I think back to last year at this time around my birthday, when you do it day by day, it's very slow. But when you actually get to a year point and look back, it's like that actually flew by.
Yeah. Well, what would you even be
I was thinking about that the other day with jail. Like if you were to get a year in jail or 3 years in jail, like how long and shitty that would be. But at the same time, you just get used to your daily life. And when you look back at a year ago, it always seems like it flew by.
Yeah.
Like days
really
just pile
does.
up, weeks just pile up, and you just do whatever you do.
Yeah, because we're always anticipating doing something.
The by myself thing I wouldn't be worried about because I spent a lot of time alone. I know I can handle that. It would suck.
I would lose it. I'd have one panic attack. And I'd be like, "Oh, there's no one who can come help me right now."
Yeah, there'd be a lot of
calling for help.
being in space would be very.
Yeah, we'll be there in 2 light years.
But you'd be surprised what you could do when there's money on the line.
Yeah.
Think about the things you've done for work in your life. When there's money on the line, you can push yourself to do some crazy shit.
It would take me $1 billion to do that.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you be somewhat intrigued by the fact that you would be a guy who went into space and that would be like a cool thing on your resume and like a cool thing that you did?
I like what am I?
What like
job
a good
would I apply for?
Like a good
with that?
opener with chicks. Like, yeah, I was in space for a year.
Yeah, they'd be like, "You're a freak."
It's just kind of a cool thing to be able to say you went in space.
That would be super funny to come back and you really don't have any like education or anything, and you was in space for a year on your resume.
I was affiliated with NASA on a certain level.
Well, when you put it that way, it sounds a little better.
And you'd have $500K in the bank.
So you wouldn't even need that job you're applying for.
Exactly.
No, you would, right?
Probably. I think I could
How
stretch.
much money do you think you've made in your life?
Not a lot. Probably like between 150 and 200,000.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Ish.
I might have made
That's a
less
total
than that.
estimate. I don't even know. Like I could be way off. I'm just
No,
ballparking.
you're probably way off.
I'm thinking of like a few years of like 40 to 50 grand.
I had about
And then auxiliary probably around 200K ish.
So I'm gonna put.
And there's
you up
people
on
with that in their
Google.
retirement that are our age right now.
Oh, that sucks to hear. Whatever, I don't care. Everyone moves at their own pace.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about it. It's all good. I mean, I'm pretty used to a certain standard of living at this point. I don't expect to ever have a surplus of money. It'd be nice if I do, but I'm not expecting it.
I gotta grab a drink out of the fridge here.
Go ahead. There's water right there. Whatever. Grab whatever you gotta grab. So I'll go ahead and tell another funny story from the weekend because a lot of just funny miscellaneous hijinks happened this weekend. Saturday night, yeah, I worked all day and then I got hammered at night again, which, again, just really whatever. Anyway, I was going through a bunch of my old pictures and sending them out to a bunch of my friends in different group chats and shit. And I was trying to entice Mike to come over, too, because I really wanted him to stop by for a minute after work. So I was just like going nuts in my text or whatever. So I was really going deep into like years ago, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, like finding all this old shit. I know why. Because Ethan asked me to find a picture of his ice tattoo. And I knew I had taken one and put it on my Instagram story. So I knew it was in my archive, but I was too hammered to find it. So I was looking at all this old shit and I found all this other random funny shit. And I found this one picture of a friend of mine. About 5 years ago, we found this Snapchat filter where you pick a different picture in your camera roll and it shows you with sunglasses on with that picture.
You're looking
in the sunglasses.
It's the reflection
right.
of the picture.
So like if I took a picture of Mike right now, then it would put these fake sunglasses on, but the reflection of the sunglasses would be the picture I just took of Mike. Friend of mine, like 5 years ago, I had no idea this filter existed. And I randomly get a snap from him that's him blowing out his vape and like a close-up of his face with this guy that we both know in his sunglasses.
But don't know him well enough.
He's a very auxiliary character in life. And it wouldn't be something you would ever expect. And it was one of the top 5 laughs I ever had. So we're all acquaintances with each other. But this was just funny because of the randomness of it. And again, top 5 laughs. So I found this picture, sent it to Mike, sent it in my other group. And then for some reason... And we discussed this on Sunday. I had the idea that I just like want to share this to the world.
The nerve.
Like I want to post this, even though it's 5 years old. Even though I don't have permission from the person who sent it.
Let me take this.
Even though the guy who's in the reflection could see it because he follows me and would be wondering why the fuck he's in this guy's sunglasses for no fucking reason. So I posted it, and then I guess
so I wake up to a message from this guy.
From the guy who took and sent the picture to me.
Yeah, on Sunday at like 8 a.m. I get a message. It says, "Yo, are you with Cody?" No. What's up? No response. I forget about it. We get to work.
I woke up with 2 separate messages from him that said, "Yo, my dog, you got to delete that shit. LOL, crying faces."
But I didn't even know what happened yet.
He didn't even know what it was because I sent you so much shit.
And I don't have Instagram.
And I sent you so much. Right, you didn't see the post. And I had sent you so many photos that you probably either just looked past it.
I did look past it.
Right, and you were working. So it's like you didn't register.
Yeah.
So then later on in the day, it gets brought up that I had
I'm like, Cody, Joe
messaged me.
Oh, shit, sorry. Whatever, who cares? We don't have to say what it is.
Right. It doesn't matter who.
Sorry, dude. My bad.
We already have blown him in enough. But anyway, so I wake up to 2 messages. I wake up, look at my Instagram story, and I'm like, oh my God, I posted that? That's insane. Why would I post that? The guy follows me like he's going to see it. And I didn't add, it's not like I said to Joe, "Yo, dude, you mind if I post that on IG?" And it's not,
why wouldn't you?
And it's like, and not only that, but it's also not like I said, "Yo, dude, look what I posted on IG."
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with him and never mentioned it and just posted it.
And then he looks through it, and
then he sees it. Right? He said he opened my shit and he saw 5 hours ago and was just like, "Oh my God!" So then he's freaking the fuck out, trying to get a hold of me to delete it because obviously you don't post that to your public story. Then he hits up Mike. Never mentioned it. And then later in the day, like we were talking about it, and I was reflecting on my mindset at the time, and I was like, you know what, dude? It never even occurred to me to not post it. I was so excited to post it.
I just don't get it.
I hope that this isn't too vague for you guys to understand what happened here, because like we're leaving out a lot of details. But
he posted a picture of a guy who sent him a picture with sunglasses on
of another guy
who
was not involved at all.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain and understand, but the audacity of posting it and not mentioning it or asking or thinking that was okay, and
it was almost like you were trying to start shit.
Right. But I wasn't. But yes, it is almost like that. It's very much like that, actually.
Yeah, like he's yo, by the way, he has you in his sights.
Literally. And it's 5 years old and not dated. by the way. So it just looks like it happened
And
tonight.
the guy in the photo is like jacked and has his shirt off,
Right.
too. So
and is hitting a vape.
I gotta stop saying like so much.
And also, when I woke up, I checked the viewer. 55 people saw it.
Anyone important?
Not that I saw, and the people
That
who
would know,
maybe would relay it. But here's the problem. Let's say the guy in the shades does see it. How do I explain that to anyone?
Yeah.
What do I say?
He probably already knows.
Why am I in the sunglasses of this guy's photo on your story? Like, there's so many webs of why the fuck did this happen?
If someone did that, I would be so paranoid. If I didn't know that.
Right, like, what's going on?
Like, why am I in this guy's glasses on this other guy's story?
I gotta watch myself, dude.
You posted a photo of me. First of all, it's funny.
Oh, yeah. Then I also, in the same story reel, posted a picture of Mike with his shirt half off at Lockport High School that was taken 6 years ago and just wrote, "My boy finally graduated high school. Nothing but respect." Get a message the next day. Wow, I never knew he didn't.
From a former teacher.
From a teacher who works at the high school now that said, wow, I never knew he didn't, but major respect to him for going back and finishing up now. That's amazing.
Did you clarify?
I did clarify.
Okay.
And she was like, oh, of course. You always do stuff like that. I was like, yes, I do, which is why no one should believe anything that I ever post.
Now there's a bunch of people that think I'm an idiot.
Right.
Didn't graduate
that you
high
didn't
school.
graduate high school till 35. By the way, they don't let 35-year-olds go back to high
That
school,
would
I
be-
don't think.
Well, how old was Billy Madison?
Well, yeah, I guess it could be something like that. I also woke up the next morning and realized that I had taped myself watching the entire ending sequence of 8 Mile, like a 3-minute long.
Yeah, saw that.
I mean, where's the line, people? Like, it's got to be drawn somewhere. And keep in mind, these butt models, their stories are like little dots. Like, it's like 100.
Oh, those are awful.
It'll be like, okay, so you open up Snap, and it's a picture. It's a nice picture of like a girl's ass that looks really nice. You click on it. It's 400 stories of them putting on makeup, 400 stories of them hanging out with their boyfriend, 400 stories of whatever they're doing that day, and then a picture of their ass so that you clicked on it and went through all their shit.
My OCD won't let me go through it.
How is that valid? Like, I actually messaged this one model or fitness influencer, whatever, Pineapplebrat. She probably never saw it.
She pops up on mine,
very
too.
popular, right? And I messaged her one day because I was so fed up with being baited by these. And I literally open them up and go,
Yeah.
and get to the end
To clear it.
And I asked her one day, and I wish she would have seen it and responded. I was like, wouldn't you feel better about yourself if you did your whole day and then you didn't bait us all with your ass? Because you're getting however many views or whatever. None of us care about any of this shit. Wouldn't you rather see how many people actually care about your life and what you're actually doing
Well, it's all
than
about
just
money
getting
and-
fake ass
Well,
views?
she's looking for views, much like we are.
It's fucking pathetic.
know
But
what
we
they
don't
do?
show our ass.
What they'll do, especially on Snapchat, is they'll post the last picture and make it the...
So it's the one that shows.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But it'll be like a picture
and
of
it's
like
at the
their
very
feet or
end,
something,
right?
where
It's at the very end of a
creeps will
fucking
look at it.
Right. Imagine if we like thumbnailed with our dicks, or like if we put our dick up at the end of 30 promotion.
dick cleavage.
Right. Like we would never do that. That's disgusting, embarrassing. And who's worse, the girl who does that, or the guys like me who click on them and click through them? We're to blame. Nobody should be clicking on this shit and powering through all that bullshit.
Like I was gonna say, my OCD. If I open one thing and I see a million dots,
That's why I like Mika. That's why I like Mika LaFuente, because you'll open her story up and it will be 300 snaps and the little dots, but they'll all
get
be
your
ass
money's
pics.
worth out of
Yes,
it.
she doesn't bait you and make you watch her skincare routine. They're just all ass pics. It's like, that's, if you're gonna do that, then do it. Don't try to like. I don't know. It drives me insane, and it drives me more insane that I fall for it every fucking time.
Yeah.
And I always click through. Especially Pineapplebrat. I want to knock her the fuck out.
You got to change your algorithm, dude.
I actually did delete some people out. I blocked Pineapplebrat off my thing for a little while, and then like I ended up unblocking her because I like missed her because I like her. But she annoys me.
You missed her?
She annoys me. Yes, I did miss her. I missed her.
She's pretty jacked.
She's very jacked, but that's not the point at all.
Pineapplebrat.
Fuck her. I hate her and her bait and switch techniques. I can't stand it. It's charlatan. It's carny. I don't respect it. I think it's bullshit. It shouldn't be allowed by Snapchat.
I don't think she even runs her account.
I think she does.
Really?
I definitely think she does because it's a bunch of horse shit.
Can I
otherwise,
sing? Can I get one?
It's exactly what a girl would post on all the other ones, and then it'll be finished up with a professional model shoot of her big giant dumper. And I've fucking had it, and I will be still looking at them.
You got to stop calling it a dumper if you like it so
That's
much.
what I try to do to devalue it.
Thank you. Yeah, that's not.
I hate it.
I've never been.
I can't stand that I don't like falling for anything. I don't like being a mark for anything. So when these girls get me with their ass, I feel like a dumbass.
I feel like a fork in a world of soup.
Right. I just feel like I'm being played and I'm being led along on a string by my dick. And I don't like it. I don't appreciate it.
Damn.
It makes me sad.
Shit,
I try to be above that. I try to be an intellectual and I try to be above that shit, but I'm really not. I'm really not.
You try to be cool. You try to be above.
It's very annoying, and I can't stand it. So fuck Pineapplebrat. You can tell her I said it.
Okay, I will call her right now. Hi, Pineapple. How are you? Just getting at my Bluetooths in.
I've been waiting to have that discussion for a long time. Very passionate about the butt model.
Butt models.
It's not. I don't care about the butt models. I don't mind them. They're doing a great service to society. I don't care about that. It's the deception and the trying to trick us into watching you cook and your skincare routine.
Yeah, but we're gonna deceive people.
We've
as well.
never done anything on that level ever.
Well, we need thumbnails.
We put up the podcast. We say what it's about. We try to pick a decent clip. It's very honest. It's very straightforward. If you're into it, you're into it.
Let's clickbait this title.
We don't have tits or ass.
We'll use her ass as seriously. How funny would that be? I guarantee you we get like 500 more views.
I probably would.
Let's do it.
I don't know.
Can you do that?
I can't do it because I don't want to go down that road because I don't want to be that type of person.
If we get 2,000 views.
But my point is that all those views wouldn't mean anything because no one would really be watching.
It's an experiment.
I would rather know that 250 people actually watched it based on the merit of us actually just doing a podcast.
You're being too proud.
Not that I tricked them into it with some other girl's ass.
Yeah, I don't even want to do a podcast.
How could you feel
I don't even
good
want
about
you
that?
guys to watch.
How could you feel good about that though? How could you feel good about if we use
she's brought up on the episode?
But if we use her ass and then all of a sudden we got 3,000 views, how could we feel good about that?
I would feel
it
good
was
about
nothing
it.
we did.
We brought her up, right?
Right, and we should be getting clicked on based on that they want to hear us talk about it, not that we tricked them into it with a picture of it.
If you make the header, we talk about Pineapplebrat, and there's an ass on there.
I'm not using anybody's ass. I'm not doing it. I don't give a fuck.
I just think it would be really funny.
It would be really funny, but I can't do it, especially after the tangent I just went on. Then I start doing it.
I delete her, then I add her back. I love her.
I missed her. I have a deep connection with her. It's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, well, your love affair with Pineapplebrat will continue on. So
yes, it will. I just watched her shit this morning. That's why it's fresh on the brain because I saw a really nice pic. I had to click through an hour's worth of, like I said, grocery shopping, skincare routine, hanging out with her boyfriend, what drinks she's getting at the restaurant, her meal, and
Who
then
else
finally
pops
you
up
get
for you. I want to see if we have any like
Mika LaFuente.
Okay, she doesn't come.
Hannah Stocking.
Don't know that one.
This new girl. I forgot her name. I screenshotted a bunch of her shit yesterday. She's new. I've never seen her before, but she popped up yesterday, and all her pics are just her smushing her tits together. It's like, come on, dude. Like, how do you sleep at night? That's your claim to. I don't know. I don't get it. I know. I don't get it. I don't have anything like that. I never have. I've never been a girl with big tits, so I don't know what that's like. I don't know the pressure of knowing you can make money if you just do that, but you have to live with yourself. But is it a big deal? Not really. And again, who's the problem? Is it her or is it all of us who are actually clicking on it? Because if we didn't exist, she can't exist. It's just a real big theoretical hamster wheel that I think about all the time.
Too. And all you have to do is go to a convention here and there or promote something.
You gotta stay in shape.
Yeah, but most girls that age, it's pretty easy for them to stay in shape.
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, she can't be more than 25, right?
I have no idea. You
have a love affair with her? You don't even know her age?
I don't. I think she's mid to late 20s probably.
Oh, okay.
I don't know though.
Okay, let's change the topic here.
That was all my energy right there. That was just going.
I know, you were flipping out there for a second about some big dumpers.
Big, huge poopers.
And what's the point of a thong? To show your dumper off?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It literally only covers the hole.
That's kind of weird.
And it accentuates
I never really
the
thought
meat.
about it.
Yeah. Also, that's just normal now. Like when I was growing up, if you went to a pool party, girls wore bikini bottoms. Basically like normal cut underwear.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore.
I remember
thongs used to be exotic. They were in the thong song.
Yeah, but once
they
the
were
thong
for
song
like
happened,
porn sites.
do you remember being in middle school and saying, "Yo, I think she has a thong"?
Yes,
on.
you would see it then, but if you went to the beach, all the girls weren't wearing thongs.
Yeah.
Go to senior skip day. Well, it's not
Go
for
to
another
senior
10.
skip day.
Show up at the beach on senior skip day next year. All the high schoolers will be in thongs. That's standard swimwear now.
That's crazy.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. When we grew up, that was like a crazy fucking thing.
A ghetto girl would have pants on, and you could see a thong strap.
Right, and you'd be like, "Oh shit!"
No, above the hip.
I'm saying like Lita, yeah, like you see the whale tail. Yes, that
The
was like
whale tail,
holy shit.
okay.
That was like, oh my god, a thong. Now it's just, of course, it's a thong.
That's insane.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm like, it's coming to a realization for me that
I had that realization already. It's nuts. Thong is standard beachwear now for young girls. It's not an exotic sexual
thanks,
thing.
Cisco. No, thanks to the Beatles.
Cisco's better than the Beatles,
All right, we're not going to get into all that.
and so's Eminem.
I don't even have the energy to debate that.
It's fine. We'll get to it someday
We'll get to it.
because you were hitting me with some non-facts.
I was hitting you with all the facts. Let's start.
Okay, that's fine. We can save that for another day. I mean, there's a lot of people who are talking a lot of shit about being better than the Beatles. Def Leppard singer saying that Taylor Swift is bigger than the Beatles and the Rolling Stones combined.
Def Leppard singer, unreal.
Right, we have more credibility.
He's mad at the Beatles because Ringo sued him.
Good. Fuck Def
Because
Leppard.
they
What
had a
song do
song-
they have?
They had a song called Photograph.
Don't they do Pour Some Sugar on Me?
Yeah, but Photograph is a title of a Ringo song, and Ringo thought they ripped him off, so Ringo sued.
Taylor Swift's not bigger than anyone. She's a cult figure for females.
Yeah. What do you think? Did you hear the Kelce brothers are starting a podcast on Amazon?
They've had a podcast for the longest.
Really? They just signed
Yeah.
a deal with Amazon.
That's great.
I did.
hate
Oh,
both
they
of them.
did. They did have a.
They've had it for the longest, and I can't
But now
stand
they're getting syndicated or whatever.
I can't
it's called.
stand either of them. I hated.
Yeah.
Hated. It made my blood boil when the center took it. First of all, there were two things that week that pissed me off. The Bucks beat the Eagles, and the whole focus was on, oh, is Jason Kelce going to retire? I hope it's not. And I was retweeting all these dumbass Eagles fans, like, dude, he plays center, like
Oh, that
like
Eagles.
like we care. Then, yeah, not our Eagles, the Philly Eagles, the ones I hate. Then later that week, the Bills play the Chiefs, I think, and it's in Buffalo, and they cut to Jason Kelce taking his shirt off and chugging a beer.
Yeah.
Just an attention whore. And all I had to hear about all season was Taylor Swift, how she's in the box. Let me tell you something. Taylor Swift minded her own fucking business. She didn't fucking do anything crazy. She didn't take her shirt off. She didn't chug beers.
Just cheering
she
for
didn't
her
want the
boyfriend.
attention. Right. She just was in the box watching her boyfriend play. She wasn't trying to have all that fucking... Maybe she was, I don't know. But she didn't take her shirt off and get in the crowd and chug beers. This asshole did.
Well,
and
Fitzpatrick-
everyone was like, man, Jason Kelce's a real one, dude.
Yeah,
He's really part of the
well.
mafia. He's a real dog. It's like, no, he's a fucking cornball.
Fitzpatrick did it too.
He's
Do you
whatever.
think he's a cornball?
Kind of, but he did do that thing with the Bucks that made me respect
The
him more.
chain gang?
Yes.
When he wore his chains?
But, like, you know what's funny about him? There's people that live around here that think he should be in the Hall of Fame because he's like a
That's not
meme.
true. Who thinks that?
Dude, I've heard that many times. I can't cite anybody, so I apologize.
But you've
Makes my
heard it.
argument seem weak. But yes, indeed, I have heard the argument that he should be in the Hall of Fame just because he's like a funny character.
No.
He's like a median quarterback.
Yeah.
You don't get in the Hall of Fame for being funny and doing some funny things and having a beard.
Yeah, but you'd put Jameis in the Hall of Fame.
No, I wouldn't. Absolutely not.
Why not?
He doesn't deserve it.
Don't you love him?
I love him to death. But
All
that's
right,
the
well,
difference between me and them. They talk a lot of shit, but they don't do what they're supposed to do.
Damn. Well, the NFL season's starting, soon here.
I'm getting excited for it. Preseason's over.
Do you have any predictions?
I'm so glad we got to talk about Jason Kelce because that's been bothering me since January. God damn. I'm going to start really digging back.
I'm going to get you a fat head of him.
Oh, I still got to put my fat heads up.
But yeah, his shirt off.
Yeah. Fuck that. That bugged me so much. And what bugged me about it was that no one saw the hypocrisy. The same people who were complaining about Taylor Swift all year long gloated and praised Jason Kelce like he was the second coming of Christ because he took his shirt off and screamed and drank a beer and hogged all the attention. Go to hell. Unless you see things exactly the way I see them, fuck you. Go die in a fire.
Now, he doesn't mean that, but...
No, I do get incensed, though. I do get incensed.
So who do you think's win the Super Bowl this year?
Oh, man. I don't even know. I haven't really been following that closely. Like, I was so shocked that Russell Wilson was on the Steelers. Like, I didn't hear about that when it happened.
Forgot about that.
And they have Justin Fields. I didn't hear about that either. But so I don't really have a good prediction.
Well, they're not winning the Super Bowl.
Probably just say the Chiefs again. I mean...
Yeah, I guess you have to say that. I don't think the Bills are making the playoffs this year.
I think they'll make the playoffs.
I'm going to put it out there. They're going 9-8 or 8-9.
I was hoping that they didn't last year because I knew they weren't going to win the Super Bowl and it would have got McDumbass fired. Now we have to deal with him for another year. I'm very anti-McDermott. Very much so. I don't believe in him. I think he's the Tony Dungy of the Bills
I'd
franchise.
like to let you know I coined the phrase McDumbass.
Oh, you absolutely did.
And
you absolutely did.
Bills head coach Doug Marrone, post-Marrone.
Yes, I think I coined that one, though.
No, that was all me.
Pretty sure I did that one.
Well, I'll give it to you, but...
I know you did McDumbass because I've been saying it since you said it. So I know you did that one.
I'm not a fan.
I respect him for turning the franchise around and making them respectable, but that's exactly what Dungy did with Tampa, and they would have never beat the Eagles unless they got Gruden.
Yeah.
Bills got to find their Gruden, then they can get over the hump.
There's an argument. The only two teams in the past 5 years to make the playoffs every year are the Chiefs and Bills.
Right.
So it's hard to fire a guy that's gotten you there every year.
Right, but Dungy was also getting in the playoffs every single year and losing to the Eagles.
He is crazy looking.
My point is, though, that I think McDermott deserves all the respect in the world for what he did. I just don't think he's getting them past that level. And you have to realize that at a certain point. Now, if he does and proves me wrong, more power to him. I'll be the first one to admit I was wrong about him. He got the job done. But he has had several tries and has lost to the same team 3 times in the playoffs, one of them when there was 13 seconds left, which is insane. And that's not all his fault. Don't get me wrong. But when you're the coach, you take the fall. It's like being the fucking colonel or the sergeant of a fucking army. You take the fall. That's how it's got to be. So I think one more year, regardless of what happens, unless they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
Just my thoughts, dude. I don't know. I mean, I'm an outsider. I'm
on board with that.
I'm not in the mafia, so I don't want to.
I think the Texans take a step back this year.
I think they'll be solid again.
I don't like C.J. Stroud. I don't think he's that good.
I think he was very good. Well, I think it's easier to be really good right out of the gate from college nowadays.
It is, yeah. But there's too much tape on him now. They know how to cover him.
That could happen. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they took a step back, but I don't think that they will. My gut feeling is to not think they will because they did get Diggs. And I think that's going to make him even better.
Maybe that's why I'm saying that because I'm mad at him.
Could be. But as far as who's going to win the Super Bowl, I don't even know. I don't have a good educated.
Say Chiefs.
I think so. That's like the only logical pick. I would like to see Detroit be good again. That was awesome. I was rooting for them.
I love this time of year.
I don't because once my birthday's over, I just think of like going back to school and like it's going to get cold soon and summer fun is over.
Well, it's 90 degrees today here.
I know, it's awesome. I can't wait to hit the pool tomorrow. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get up. Hopefully I feel better tomorrow.
I hope so too.
I had some pretty bad anxiety today.
Yeah, and some bad sinus issues, which I told you if you let me give you a Zyrtec, I think you'll feel better.
I can't take anything like that. I really can't.
That's honestly hilarious.
I'm not popping beans.
That's honestly hilarious. And I don't need to say why, but that's honestly hilarious. But anyway, aside from that,
I feel like that was a shot.
Not really. It's a fucking allergy pill, dude. You're going to be fine. What's going to happen? It's not going to affect you.
That's what I'm scared of.
It's not going to affect you in any adverse way possible. It's such a low dose. It's an antihistamine. You could maybe get a little tired.
So it's like a racist thing?
Yes, they're against histamines. Michael Scott. I don't know.
funny.
We can.
Oh, no, we're not done yet.
Okay.
Oasis announced they're getting back together yesterday. Did you see that?
I didn't, but I don't really like them that
After
much.
15 years.
That's cool, I guess, that the brothers are getting back together. And they have like a big
and
story
they've hated
rivalry.
each other forever.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. But I think we all knew that was coming at some point. They're probably running out of money.
No, there's no way they're running out of money.
They might not be running out of money, but they probably want some more money. That's the only thing that could end a blood feud like that.
I don't know.
Maybe not. Maybe they just want to do it. I don't know.
I'm excited. I mean,
I'm always
they're
skeptical
having-
about shit
They're
like
having
that.
15 shows. I don't mind Oasis at all. I think they're pretty good.
I'm pretty indifferent towards them.
They're
I don't particularly like or dislike them.
basically a Beatles knockoff, but
Yeah, I guess.
that's probably why I like them a little bit.
Makes sense.
Let me see what
That's why I like Puddle of Mud and Creed and
is there a Nirvana knockoff?
Alice in Chains, Nirvana, Pearl Jam knockoff, yeah, and Godsmack.
Okay. I don't want to. Looks like I got everything.
I'm
on
pretty
my
sure
list.
we're hitting the hour mark or have just hit it recently.
Do you want to prank K-Wan? That'd be funny.
We can. That's all.
do
That's
that.
your territory.
What is how do you block your number?
Star 67, I think.
Okay, *67. Shit. What is his number? I'm just.
I was gonna say you could try and call me Star 67 and I could check, but we're recording, so I
Well,
can't.
let's see if this works. I don't know if this is his number or not. Let's give it a try. Nope, that's definitely
Apparently not.
Oh, I didn't put the area code in. I'm sorry. Let's see.
I'm really hungry now.
Are you?
Yeah. I did have a nice tuna and mayo sandwich earlier.
Dude,
so good.
disgusting. I would never use.
I used to always use Bumblebee. I switched to Chicken of the Sea, and it's very good tuna. Okay, my mic doesn't smell like tuna, by the way. For the record. I wish we could talk about Sunday, but we can't. But I want to, but we can't.
Oh God, he's either working or frightened. There's no second chances.
We're gonna have to figure something out because I don't.
Internet, and I currently cannot get to the phone right now.
That's not K-Wan.
Okay, so that's not.
That would have been a good
K-Wan's
prank,
number.
though. If I was asking her if it was K-Wan.
Okay, hold on. Let me try this.
I don't want to have any restrictions on what we can talk about.
Well, I'll put it behind a paywall then.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We need more fans first.
That's all right. Even if we.
Sometimes I like just grab my pen and write what I'm talking about. Have you noticed that?
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes,
Is this K-Wan?
you have the wrong number.
You're not K-Wan?
No.
Do you know where he is? Are you looking for him?
No.
Oh, come on.
All right.
I don't have his number then.
Fuck it.
I
It's all
thought
good.
I thought I had it memorized. Apparently, I called two
Maybe he
old women.
changed his number. It's very possible.
Whatever. We'll get him someday.
He did get his patch. Congrats to K-Wan. Congrats to Outer Space. She got her patch today and was very excited about it. We got to come up with the next merch movement and figure out what that's going to be and get it
It's
popping.
going to be shirts,
We should look into that and figure it out. It's not hard to get shirts made.
but these will cost money.
Right. We could give one away though. I mean, we should.
I mean, I guess I.
We also have to
mean-
buy a hard drive.
Yes, I'll give you money today if you want.
No, it's all good. I should be good for another week or two.
How much is a soft drive? Is that cheaper?
Michael Scott. So next week, Wednesday taping. Again, shouldn't affect anything. Hopefully, I'll have some tales from the crypt from Connecticut. And
Hopefully
Yeah.
not. Hopefully everything goes smoothly.
oh yeah, I don't want anything bad to happen. I don't know why I said tales from the crypt, but
Yeah, you're gonna get haunted when you're there.
I think everything will be
Oh,
fine.
I want to talk about one more thing.
Okay.
I had a dream the other night. I was having trouble sleeping. I kept getting brain zaps and waking up. But I was in a dream, and the world got demolished by a solar flare. So I was in a house with a bunch of people, and I went to the store to grab items. Somehow I didn't die to make sure we had enough to live.
And the store survived too.
And the store survived. Yeah, it was really ridiculous. So I ended up waking up, and I was like, wow, that's a weird-ass dream I just had. And ended up falling back asleep right where I was in the dream.
That's
I was
nuts.
Right back into the dream. And I was having a good time. I was walking around with this Afro-American man, and we went to his house.
Afro-American.
I don't know what to say. It was Elon Musk.
Black.
Yeah, so
was hanging out, wake up again. So this time I stay up for like an hour. It's 5 a.m. I stay up till about 6:30. Fall asleep, right back into it.
Yeah, that's
insanity.
unusual.
So at this point, I was telling everybody in the dream because I knew I was in a dream at this point. So I'm telling everybody, this is just a dream.
Oh, that's cool.
Wake up, guys. Wake up. And I showed them how to wake up, and it worked for me.
Oh, nice. I've had something similar like that happen before.
You keep popping into a dream, or
I've had that happen before, and I've also had happen where I realize I'm dreaming, and I'm like telling people that this isn't happening. I can wake up,
It's
and then
so
I wake
crazy.
up.
How does your brain work like that?
I don't know. I wish we could access the part of our brain that makes dreams in normal life, because the shit that I come up with and the storylines and how everything ties together, like I couldn't write a story that good. But when I fall asleep, I'm like Scorsese. Like I'd come up with all these twists and turns. And
Maybe that's how he writes his mafia movies.
Just so you know, August 29th is Judgment Day in the Terminator franchise. That's when Skynet turns on the human race and nuclear bombs the entire Earth. So there could be a solar flare coming in 2 days. But that's also Michael Jackson's birthday.
So it won't happen.
And that's also codeezie's birthday.
Yeah, definitely.
So
not
don't
happening
forget
then.
to say happy birthday, codeezie. Happy 33rd. We love you. We respect you. We appreciate you. And make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Love seeing all the familiar faces. Appreciate you guys so much. You guys are the best. Wouldn't mind seeing a few new people down there too. Would be kind of cool. Just saying. Just throwing that out there.
Nah, we're good.
And for codeezie and
I've been Michael.
Big Michael, this has been the Twin Towers Podcast number 11.
Can't believe we did this.
11 weeks.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
It really is.
And, oh, by the way, I dolphin bombed last week.
You did. Don't do it this week. That's got to be special occasions only.
Okay.
Dolphin bomb, special occasions only.
I was considering another dolphin bomb.
Can't just get a dolphin bomb every time you show up. That's got to make people come back every time to see if maybe
500 likes next week, I will dolphin bomb.
500 likes, you get a dolphin bomb on episode 12. If
I didn't
not,
like that my socks showed. That's the only thing I didn't like about it.
it happens.
I don't like my socks being out there.
Yeah, it was a good app last week. It was a good app this week. And it's going to be a good app next week. And it wouldn't be an app if I didn't say we're only just getting started around here. We're not going anywhere. We will be back next week. I'll be 33. It'll be September. It'll be football on the way.
Yeah, what would next? Yeah, 2 days away from football. It would be next week.
Shit is on the way. So we got a lot to talk about. And again, we're just getting started. So thanks for tuning in.
And thanks for all the kind words and messages I received last week.
We appreciate it very much.
Yes.
We
really
love all of
appreciate
you.
everybody.
We couldn't do it without you. My name's codeezie. His name's
Michael.
And we're the Twin Towers Pod, and we're out of here. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
God, I hate people that listen to this show.
I know, they're such fucking fools.
Idiots.
They fall for our bullshit every time.